Well, my next guest does not want me to call him a rock and roll legend or a superstar. Just call him simply a singer. I got to tell you something. However humble Meat Loaf is personally, his international fame and success, well, it can speak for itself. During his career, he has sold over 100 million records. That's a lot of records. He has charted numerous massive hit songs along with a successful run on the stage. And you may not know this, in over 70 films. Would you please welcome to the show a very special guy, and I'm so honored he's here, Meat Loaf. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Oh, Governor. Well, go ahead, me. Listen, thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. And before we do anything else, I just want to say you have an incredible band. I've been working with them now for yesterday.
Yep.
And amazing people, all of them. I tried to meet all of them, except the back guitar player is too far away. Anyway, and Trey is fantastic.
Yes.
And really great. And Alton, the organ player.
Yeah.
I heard him today. You're right.
He's great, isn't he?
Yeah, him and Craig Frost, the only two organ players in the world that can touch. Now, I'm going to ask you a question before we move forward.
Okay.
Okay, so will you come play bass with us?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You couldn't keep me away. It's the way this is going to work.
Oh, I can keep you away, dude.
Not tonight, you can't.
Oh, yeah, I can. You want to ready to go for it? Let's go.
No, I want to play. That's right.
So anyway.
All right, hey, everyone in the world remembers where they were November the 22nd, 1963, if they were alive. They remember. Where were you November the 22nd?
Except unless you were 2 or 3 years old, you wouldn't remember.
No, I was older than that.
If you were 12, if you were 9.
I was 8.
9 or above.
I remember it very well.
Okay, where was I? Okay, in Dallas, I grew up in Dallas. So in Dallas on that day, even though Texas really said they weren't for JFK, they were. So they if you had a note from your parents, you were out of school. So, and I had what they called a hardship driver's license. So I had a 1958 Buick Special. I was only supposed to drive back and forth to school. Yeah, that happened. So anyway, my friend Billy Slocum and Jimmy McWhorter, I just remembered his name. Good Lord, that's good. So because of you. So it was Jimmy McWhorter, Billy Slocum, and myself in the car to go to Love Field to see JFK. We got to Love Field. We parked. There were so many people. And Jimmy McWhorter's father worked at the airport. And so Jimmy says, my dad said he's going out this gate. He goes, yeah, I think he does. So we drove to that gate and parked. And there was 2 policemen, or I don't know, but there's a policeman standing next to us. And Billy, I'm the quiet one. Billy says to him, what would you do if I told you I had a gun in my pocket? Nothing, as long as I didn't see it. So, okay. So now JFK did come through that gate. And they opened the gates, but he stopped because people were there, not very many. But my friend Billy went out and shook his hand.
Wow.
Mind-boggling. So we had friends. Well, they had friends. I was just driving. They had friends because they had money. So they put money into a show for the Kingsmen who did Louie Louie at Market Hall. One of those. So they knew the backstage guys. And so we were going to Market Hall to kind of watch his speech. But before that, we decided to go to Mickey Mantle's bowling alley. Mickey Mantle's from Dallas. So anyway, we got to Mickey Mantle's. The entrance was no longer the entrance. There's a woman at a switchboard. And we're standing there and we're trying to figure out. And she goes, the president's been shot. And we looked at her and went, come on. And she goes, no. My friend went over, I don't know which one. I think it was Jimmy, went over and listened and goes, it is. It's true. So we're running through the parking lot going, the president's been shot. And they're screaming at us, you kids, stop that. And so we get in the car. Where are they going to take him? Parking lot. We used to go there to watch people with gunshots come in. That was after dates. So anyway, I know, weird. I grew up in Texas. What do you want to know? So, come on, my name's Meat. I got a cousin named Pudgy. So, we get in the car, and one of them says, they're going to take him to Parkland. I go, okay, let's go to Parkland. So it wasn't very far away. It may have been a mile and a half, truly a mile and a half from where we were, because Mickey Mantle, then Parkland, then the arena or whatever it was, Market Hall. And so we're driving down a road called Stemmons Freeway. It's still there. And there's a guy in the middle of the road. And I'm going, what's this guy doing out there? I'm not saying it, I'm thinking it. And I change lanes. It's only 3 lanes. So I change lane, he jumps over. Now, of course, going slower. And slow, and so I go back to the center. I go over here, he jumps, and eventually I go, okay. So he stops, and he slams a badge. And I've talked to Billy about this in the last 3 years. And both of us will swear that he said Secret Service. Secret Service, move over. And he wanted my car. So I scoot over. I'm petrified. And he's driving. Now we're going fast. We're driving, speeding. And there's already sharpshooters on the ground in the front of Parkland Hospital. And they're on the roof. And I can see, you see these things. And we drive in, and he goes, you kids don't move. And I'm scooted over to Billy like this. And so I sit there like next to Billy like this. Didn't move. And so we sit there for a while, and Bill was he was best looking captain of the football team, dated the prom queen, did the whole thing. He was the whole caboodle. Bill Slocum was. Race, I won't get into it. Bull riding, motorcycles, you name it. So anyway, I eventually moved over, and one of them said, let's get out. So we did. Now, today, that limousine would have been surrounded. But the limousine was just parked over there. And we went over, there's roses, there's blood, oh man. But it was beautiful but morbid at the same time. And so then we went back, and they're talking to some guy, And so then the guy, we go, let's go get in the car. So the Secret Service guy comes back and goes, I'm going to give you $100. I said, oh, no, we can't take that. He goes, well, he says, I'll take 5. I'll give you 5. My friends go, yeah, take 5. So we tore the 5 into 3 pieces.
You still have that?
Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
I'm sure it is.
It is, trust me. Billy still has his.
Yeah.
I don't know where the other person is.
Yeah.
Billy still has his, and it's framed like mine was.
Wow.
And so, unbelievable. And so here's the kicker. We go to school, and we're late for football practice, but they're not having it. And they go, where are you guys? Where were you guys? We go, we were at Parkland. Yeah, right. Stop lying. Tell me where you really were. We were at Parkland. All right. Sit down. You're running laps tomorrow. So they let us go. I go home. I tell my mother we were at Parkland. My grandfather was a minister. My mother was a real Christian. Sunday, morning, night, Wednesday, Sunday school, vacation Bible school, the whole shooting match. Okay. 99. When I went to college, I went to Lubbock Christian, and now that I saw somebody in Lubbock Christian, they go, "You're immortal there." I'm going, "Why?" But I did score 99 on my Old Testament and 97 on the New Testament. So I was in the top 5 Old Testament scorers.
I'm very impressed with that. I think I'll find that test and we'll give it to you again, see if you still remember all that.
No, I was reading the Bible the other day going, I don't remember any of this. So anyway, so they didn't believe us. So I told my mother, she didn't say anything. So that night, they were showing footage in Dallas of Parkland Hospital, and all of a sudden, there we were. We were on TV.
After your mother said there's no way that you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't. She was polite.
Yeah.
The coaches were going, stop lying.
Yeah.
Sit down. and I won't tell you the rest of it. So all of a sudden I'm going, look. And the announcer goes, and here's 3 teenagers talking to a senator from Illinois. And it was Billy talking to a senator from Illinois. And there we were on TV. And every once in a while when they do a JFK, I'm there.
You know, we all remember where we were. I doubt anybody has as vivid a memory as you do.
Not
as a
like
high school kid.
I don't know how many people got pulled over by the Secret Service and driven into Parkland.
Well, it's never happened to Keith, Trey, or me. I can attest to that.
I don't think it's happened to anybody else.
I mean, it's an amazing story. And when I tell people, because I've said to people, you'll never believe where Meatloaf was on the day of the Kennedy assassination. And when I tell what I knew about your story, people just say, no way, man. No way.
No way.
You were like Forrest Gump. You were there. Okay.
In a sense, I am like Forrest Gump.
Well, you've been everywhere. But
because
there's a story.
Those kind of things like the Secret Service guy,
Yeah.
those kind of things have happened in my life more than one time. Trust me. Not Secret Service. All right, next question.
There is a story. I don't know this one. So this is going to be very new to me.
Ready for this one? You're not going to believe this one either.
All I know is it involves a parking lot.
It does involve a parking lot. Okay, I know what you're setting up. So I had a band. I broke it up. I went back to L.A. I didn't have any place to live. I stayed in this guy's house, and he goes, me. The guy's parking cars with me at the Aquarius parking lot where the musical Hair's playing. He didn't get into all that, but he says he's leaving. And I'm making anywhere from $300 to $400, $500 a week. I go, what? This is 1968. You don't make that kind, no, 69. You don't make that kind of money. And he goes, yeah, I'm working 6 days a week, 6 hours a night. He goes, the guy's leaving, so come down. So I go, okay. We got to be there at 10 in the morning. So all of a sudden, the guy walks by and he goes, hey, Barney, how you doing? And Barney goes, this is my friend Meatloaf. He goes, this is Greg Carlos. I said, hi, Greg. He looks at, straight up truth. He looks at me and goes, you sing? I went, yeah. He goes, well, why aren't you auditioning? There was a line around this building. Have you ever been to LA, the Aquarius Theater? I said, and I weighed about 290 pounds. So I said, I wouldn't stand in line for food. Like that. So he goes, okay, you don't have to stand in line. He goes, come with me, I'll get you in. I said, he goes, no, come on. So I go back and he sits me down in the back row of the theater, and there's a guy, long hair, on a pillow, on a psychedelic, one of those, I don't know, mattress or some kind of pillow. He's in the middle of the floor, laying. And it's a director. This is 1969, it's hippie time. And so Greg comes back and says, okay, the guy sitting in the chair, after that guy leaves, you go up on the set. And I go, so eventually I get up on stage and they go, what's your name? I said, Meatloaf. They go, what? I said, Meatloaf. And they go, okay. And the piano player says, what'd you bring to sing? I said, nothing. I came to get a job in the parking lot. and so I had learned from this gospel singer, this African-American gospel singer, about 2 weeks before, a song called The World Is All Right, It's the People That Make It Bad. And so I said, okay, and band, you're going to appreciate this. I had no idea what he meant, what she meant. She goes, you're singing in the key of C, it's a blues progression with no turnaround. I said, okay. So I said to the piano player, I know, you don't know either. So anyway, I said to the piano player, in the key of C, blues progression, no turnaround. And he went, oh, okay. I know what it is now, but I didn't then. But I didn't get that far. I sang, the world is all right, the people make it better. The world is all right, the people. I sang the first 2 lines, and the guy stops me and he goes, what are you doing tonight? I said, oh, I'm hoping to get a job in the parking lot. He said, well, what if you ready for this? He goes, well, what if I offered you a job in the musical? I swear to God, I said this to him. I said, well, what does it pay? He said, I'm not sure. I think it's like $187 a week. I said, they make more than that in the parking lot. And he said, but if you do, you get $17. I remember he said, if you get you get $17.50 for everything you do extra. I said, okay. So eventually, I never did it there because the guy didn't leave. I went to Detroit, and I made a little bit more money. But I sang Aquarius. I never was on stage. And then eventually, after about 4 months there, they came to me and said, we want you to go to Broadway. I said, okay. So I went to Broadway and did hair on Broadway in the end of '69.
What a story.
And
so all started because you showed up to get a parking lot job.
That's how I got into show business. I showed up to get a job as a parking attendant.
You know, you're going to launch about 100,000 young men go into parking lots to be attendants now who want to be in the entertainment business in Nashville. Hey, to get your copy
it
of
might
Meat...
be worth it. It might be worth it.
It very well may be. I mean, it
in
opened
Nashville,
a
especially.
Incredible career for you.
Go get a job in a parking lot. You never knew he was going to show up. Okay, go ahead.
If you want to get your copy of Meat Loaf's great music, and it is great, go to meatloaf.net.